there at legendary Lambeau Field, Green Bay, Wisconsin. Tonight, we've got a good one on tap. It's the New York Jets and the Green Bay Packers. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen ready to get the preseason started. Off we go from Green Bay. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So here come the Jets. Their ever-changing quarterback carousel stops on Justin Fields, the 26-year-old. Remember, the Bears' first-round pick back in 2021 out of Ohio State.
I think we're seeing this so often now in the modern NFL is quarterbacks who can hurt you both improv as a scrambler and also with designed runs coming out of the huddle. So this is a tricky situation. Guys who can run with this kind of speed, you have to be very...
Oh, and they come after him right away. Down he goes on the first play of the game. Rashawn Gary getting in there for the sack. It's got to feel great as he gets this preseason off on the right foot.
Mike, you said it. You mentioned just how loud it was, the energy in this building leading up to the opening kickoff. And with a sack like that on the first play of the game, this crowd's only going to get louder. And, man, we could feel it all the way up here in the booth.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They put Wilson in motion. First carry of the game now, and here's Breece Hall, and he'll get forward for a couple. Xavier McKinney, the one who brings him down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
This opening drive not going as scripted. It is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Fields. On the run to the right. And he'll get into the slide here, but he's going to be well short of the first down.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
So on 4th down, out comes Austin McNamara to punt for New York. Out to return this for the Packers, it's Keyshawn Nixon. This one fielded out beyond the 25. So the Packers come out, and they are led by Jordan Love, who followed Aaron Rodgers after playing apprentice for a couple of seasons. And now for Love, it is his 3rd season as the Green Bay starter.
You know, Mike, it's kind of become cliche. You know, these guys come onto the field and we say, hey, you got to defend every blade of grass. They can make every throw, but that's exactly the case anytime this guy's lined up behind center. And the amount of stress that it puts on your pass defense, on your secondary to know, I got to defend sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, no matter where that ball is snapped. That's a tall task, and they're going to have to mix up coverages and be really sound on the back end, or this guy can really kill you. So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains. They're nothing fancy, but they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
The open man is Reed. He's got it. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. 18 yards on the pickup there. Good for a Green Bay first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They do a really nice job of picking up the pressure, and that's what allows him to have the time to go through his entire progression. He sees his check down wide open, gets the ball into his hands, and he does the rest.
That one on target to Watson. And he will get into the end zone. Christian Watson, touchdown, Green Bay. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Brandon McManus now to add the extra point. The kick is good, and the Packers will take a 7-0 lead.
Jets, nothing.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Benet-Wanwu now to return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Jets offense going to take over now for the second time. And, Greg, week one here in the preseason. Look, we know a lot of the guys who are going to make the roster, but there's still a lot to happen in training camp that players can find their way to a spot on the opening Sunday.
No, we hear these stories all the time, Mike, where there's a little buzz about a guy in training camp and coming out of the local beat reporters and maybe the coaches talking about him a little bit. But then there's the surrounding question is he going to make the roster? And it's really what they do in these preseason games away from practice that ends up being the deciding factor. And how often do we see not only do they make the roster, but in some cases, they go on to really have critical roles down the line as the season unfolds. So I know to a lot of fans and some of the veterans, these games don't feel like a whole lot, but to some guys on that sideline, their entire career is in front of them.
He'll go again with Hall. And he'll get this to about the 36-yard line. Nate Hobbs in from his corner spot to make the stop. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. You hope against hope here in the preseason, especially, that it's not too serious. The backfield empty here for 3rd and 2. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he's going to have a Jets first down. He needed 2 and gained 6.
It's a gain of 6. And the Jets first down.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the first down. I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant. And once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
Second down, it's Fields. That's to the running back, Breece Hall. And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that first down.
It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
Fields from the gun on 3rd down. He'll try and get there on the ground. And Fields, who's tough to bring down the open field, gives the D a break as he slides down. But he got the first down.
This is exactly how it's supposed to look on 3rd down. His eyes are downfield, nothing materializes. He quickly decides he can do it himself, picks up the first down, and then to protect himself with the slide. Well done.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
The best linebackers at this level, Mike, they have all the physical attributes. That's a given. But it's really their instincts. It's their ability to dissect and predetermine where the ball is going before the ball is even snapped. And you could see with how fast he met the back at the point of attack, he knew exactly what play was coming.
On the field, he's got his receiver, Lazard. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line.
First and goal.
A big play for the Jets. 36 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
On second and goal, here's the zone read. And this one blown up. Good surge will drop him. A loss on the play, back to the 9-yard line.
At the Packers,
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits. What do you feel comfortable dialing up here on second and goal?
Now from the 9, it'll be second and goal. They go play action with Fields. The pressure gets there, and he goes down. A sack that should be the final play of this first quarter. Carl Brooks getting in for the sack, and that's going to make it third and goal. So a little extra time to think about this third and goal as we've hit the end of the first. 7-0 is our score. And we're back at Lambeau Field in just a moment. The Jets have it here to start quarter number 2, as they will see what they can do with this third and goal. Now, Fields. This one is pulled in. Are the feet in bounds? Yes! Garrett Wilson. Touchdown, Jets.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling.
And, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed. So replay is going to take a look at this one and make sure it is good for 6. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over. Remember, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear, incontrovertible visual evidence to the contrary. In other words, it's got to be the truth.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So take away the 6 points, and it's ruled an incomplete pass. Nick Folk now on with the field goal unit. This from extra point range, a 33-yard field goal attempt. Folk's kick is good. And the Jets are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So Nick Folk backs out after the made field goal. He'll boot this one away. For the return, it's Keyshawn Nixon. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here's Christian Watson and the rest of the Packer offense heading back onto the field. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. quick through the Dobbs. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Man, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
From the gun, here comes Jacobs. Had to push through that one tackler, but he is wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage.
So they're not going to get the yardage to reflect it, but I actually thought that was a pretty nice job by the running back, at least getting back to the original line of scrimmage. This offensive line, they've got to do a better job getting him through untouched. His yards before contact got to be better.
He'll try to run for it. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
And that just can't happen. Third and long, just understand, contain the ball, rally tackle, just get the ball carrier on the ground. Not only not able to get to him inside the pocket, he's able to extend the play with his legs and pick up a huge, long first down.
With the middle, that one caught by Watson.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. Now Jacobs. Oh, he's hit behind the line, and the ball is out. The Jets have got it. And he is going to bring this one back. They force the fumble, and it leads to a defensive score. And Greg, you talked about it all week. Not just stop them with the defense, but make impact plays, and that is as big a play as you can ask for.
Yeah, and across the league, Mike, this continues to be a huge point of emphasis. Every defensive coach starts practice with takeaway circuits. How can we find ways to take the ball away? In this case, they force the fumble, scoop, score, 6 points.
The veteran Nick Folk here for the extra point. He's got it. And the Jets are on top. It's now 10-7.
Jets 10. Packers 7.
After the touchdown, out is Folk to kick this one away. But dangerous Mecole Hardman on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. Hey, total opposite so far in these first two possessions. Scoring the touchdown on their opening drive. They gave it right back a moment ago when the fumble was returned for 6 the other way. Love to throw on 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
The whole idea of that short pass is designed to get the ball into the hands of the receiver in space and let him do the rest after the catch. But the key word there, Mike, is get the ball into the hands of the receiver. He doesn't secure the catch, so there is no run after.
That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up fourth down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
Here's Gibson to return. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Garrett Wilson and the Jets offense now heading back onto the field. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. In motion comes Lazard. The drive begins with a run, and it's Hall. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him, take him down behind the line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Now a 2nd down throw for Fields. This one caught by Lazard. That'll be good for 11 yards. Still short the 1st down marker. And 3rd down coming up.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
He'll find Hall out of the backfield. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. And the Jets 1st down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
On the give, it's Hall. And despite his best efforts to get away, ultimately, he goes down behind the line.
This ball carrier just didn't want to go down, and this defense, they had to throw everything they had at him, Mike. He just kept fighting and fighting, but finally when they were able to get him on the ground, they were able to do it for a loss.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Here's Fields. He'll step up and run. And a nice run. Sliding to a halt. A pickup of 9.
It's a gain of 8.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Fields. He'll take off again. And he will slide to a halt, but he does have the 1st down.
A gain of 21 yards. 1st down, New York.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on 3rd down. Like, you can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
And he's trying to get around the corner, but will not. Brought down. That's a loss on the play.
So much of what makes a toss play so good is it allows you to get the ball on the perimeter of the defense really quickly, and it doesn't stress all of your backside blocking. But on the downside, it does get your running back running east and west. They're running sideways for the first couple steps, and for the defense that can run to the ball, We're able to get you down for a loss.
And he'll be out of bounds after a gain of 9. They'll go about trying to convert on 3rd down. Fields now. He'll tuck it and take off. And the Jets are going to have 1st and goal coming up. They're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
McKinney on the tackle. 1st and goal, New York.
Now the Jets going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the 1st half. This has been some kind of march downfield now. Can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. He'll get this out to his running back. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
Try it again here from the 7-yard line. 2nd down and goal. Fields. They'll set up the screen to Hall. Now timeout Jets. It'll be their 2nd. And they stop it with 19 seconds to go in this opening half.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
3rd and goal. To throw is Fields. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Justin Fields. Touchdown, New York.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the 4th quarter in 2-minute mode. Well, let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the 1st half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
Now, Folk, on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Jets will get out in front, 17-7.
Packers 7.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the 1st half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Here comes the return from a yard or 2 deep. And he'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Jadian Sherwood there to meet him. Halftime coming up, and we'll take you down to Scott Hansen for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the 3rd quarter as we're ready to kick off the 2nd half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you, my friend. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of this 2nd half. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Hardman now to return it. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Packers offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They find themselves down 17-7 as this drive starts 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Love. That'll be caught. It's Josh Jacobs. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and a yard. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the first down.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good runner. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
He'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
Josh Jacobs, the ball carrier. He's brought down at the 39-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll run the draw with Jacobs. And he'll get up beyond the 40 to the 41-yard line. Jamie and Sherwood there to meet him.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Love. This one is caught by Reed.
So as the saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
So a pair of first downs moves him out to the 47-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs. And let's give him about 4 on that one. William Williams there to make the play.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. That's Dobbs open left side. And he's out of bounds down inside the 35.
16 yards.
They get 16 on that connection. First down, Packers.
1st and 10.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 4. Love. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
That's another Green Bay Packer. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
They'll run with Emmanuel Wilson. His defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Tackle made.
These
Back at
negative
the
runs, they
22-yard
just make
line.
everything for the play caller that much more difficult, Mike. So they've got to find a way to be more efficient on these early downs, meaning first and second down, because if not, you find yourself the entire game in third and pass, and that's what every single defense in the league is trying to do.
Throwing on second down, Love. There's to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Christian Watson, the intended receiver. And it'll be third down.
And this is where the timing of these passing games, you see guys, they call it routes on air, Mike. During the course of the week, there's no defense, nobody playing on coverage, but it's the timing. It's be on time, get your depth, be where the quarterback expects you to be, because then when the game starts, things get sped up just a little bit more for the quarterback. And in this case, it's a perfect example. He's open, he tries to lead his guy, just puts a little too much in front of him. And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of, because that was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here, results in a big pickup, and he's got a fresh set of downs.
And he's going to have a Packers first down. He's brought down after a gain of 7 on 4th and 2.
Sometimes it's just the obvious decision that's the correct one. I mean, the offensive line and their ability to win at the point of attack, all you need is one guy to displace the defender and just move him, and that's exactly where the play is designed to go. So you earn the trust to keep the ball on the ground in these gotta-have-it moments, and they come through.
That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. Out of coverage. Excellent there. It'll bring up second and goal.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
Line of scrimmage remains the 4-yard line. It's second and goal. Love to throw. That one taken in. Middle of the end zone. David Reed. Touchdown, Packers. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive, because they've still got some work to do.
McManus on for the point after. It's up and good. And the Packers are back to within a field goal. It's 17-14.
Packers 14.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. We'll see if adjustments at halftime change the course of this one. Likely to play a big role in who's going to walk away with a W. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Set to return is Xavier Gibson. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Jets offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. The tight end motioning left here. Going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Here's Fields, choosing to keep this one. And he'll get this up to about the 28.
The tackle by Nate Lyles. 5 yards on the play. And it's third down.
So we are through 3. EA Sports back for more from the NFL preseason after this. This crowd into it now as we get to third down. From the shotgun, it's Fields. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. He was looking for Garrett Wilson there. And it's going to be fourth down.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you would love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
Fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. The Packers offense ready to get back at it. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Start on the ground with Jacobs. He did not want to go down there. Carrying tacklers, it's a gain of 9.
So I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
And he fought through one tackle, stayed on his feet, but they get him down. It's no gain.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
Open man, left side, he's got it. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down.
Critical third down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the fourth quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
Here's Jacobs. And he broke through the initial contact. Winds up getting about 3. It's second down.
His 48-yard line brings up second down.
Now Love. That's complete to Jacobs. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
To throw is Love. On the move, past the 40. First time they've looked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Give them 12 on that one. They are on the mark. Another first down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
That throwaway certainly isn't ideal in this situation, especially when you're trailing at this stage of the game, but no damage done. Move on to the next play.
2nd and 10. Back to the air, it's Love. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
The man in motion is Watson. He's got it at about the 8. And he's in! Christian Watson, touchdown, Green Bay. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that 4th quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Now it's McManus for the point after. He's got it. And the Packers move out in front by 4. It's 21-17.
Jets 17.
So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown, trying to kick it back the other way. Gibson now on the return. Get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. So now the Jets offense ready to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Taylor, the tight end, is in motion. Give left side. Here comes Hall. And the struggles continue. He's dropped behind the line again.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Second down, it's Fields. He'll get it into the hands of Garrett Wilson. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
The Lambeau faithful making as much noise as they can before 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. A great job of knowing when to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a 1st down. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. He's got the big rookie out of LSU, Mason Taylor. And he's down inside 40-yard line. First time they've looked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and a first down.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, you should have plenty of time here to finish this drive. All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of the receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Now a second down throw for Fields. He'll let this go deep for the end zone.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
Big play coming up, 3rd and 7, and the crowd on their feet. To throw is Fields. He'll try and get there on the ground. Now the Jets going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with a minute 4 left to go in the game. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw is Fields. This one caught by Lazard. Now a timeout, Jets. It'll be their second as they get it with just under a minute to go in this football game.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the...
Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds. So no turnover.
Out of bounds. The offense retains possession.
Previous play is under review.
At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field?
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. Final minute, 1 timeout remaining, and it's 1st and 10. The open man is Wilson. Jets are going to use their 3rd and final timeout here. Clock stops with 33 seconds remaining.
2nd and 7 at the Packers' 7-yard line.
Here's 2nd down. Fields to throw. And that could be the dagger. It's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Xavier McKinney.
All right, Mike, follow this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes, it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts, so just one kneel down and then time to shake hands. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. On the bootleg, and the pressure, too great. He's sacked in the end zone. That's a safety. So instead of playing safe, the defense brings the heat, bring the quarterback down, and they're walking off the field with 2 points.
In this situation, Mike, as an offense, you have to be prepared for the blitz. You know the defense smells blood. They want to come get you in the end zone and get 2 points. And that's exactly what they were able to do.
So after giving up the lead with that safety, we're also going to give up the football. It's a free kick from the 20.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team. Automatic first down.
They'll come up for 1st and 10.
Fields.
And that could be the dagger. It's intercepted. And the Packers are right back in this one.
Fields pass. Intercepted. The Packers take over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So all game, we've seen him take the approach as just being a game manager. But one thing you have to do if that's the case is you have to protect the ball. You can't turn the ball over, especially if you're struggling to push the ball downfield. He got a little reckless that time, and the defense made him pay.
Love will take a knee. That ought to do it. So, it's a win for the Packers as they start things out with a victory here in the first week of this preseason. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers are winners as we say so long from legendary Lambeau Field.